So once you are given a cost for something in the year, and you also can find the price indices for that year and another year you're interested in, then you can think about this method. You can easily get the estimate of that price or cost for the year you're interested in. Okay. And the price index this method is totally based on the price index. You can tell, right? That's the very important variable involved in this method. But why do we have like different prices for the same project or for the same item? So the costs and the prices vary with time, right? We all know that a gallon of milk like 20 years ago is totally different than that price at present, right? So, but why? What's the reasons for the price change? Well, we know that technology could be the driver behind that, because it's easier to produce milk, right? So that the cost might be lower, or maybe the material is hard to find. It's hard to control the milk quality. Like in these years, we have all the virus, bacteria, and environmental damage. So maybe the quality of milk is even costly to control. Then that might change the price of the milk. Well, so the technology is a big part of it. And another reason could be the labor or the materials. Like if we have the global economy, we move some manufacturing lines to the developing countries, so you can have lower labor costs, and then you might have like cheaper clothes like H&M and very affordable, or like Uniqlo, right? We all know those companies, they hire people from the developing countries, and then that's how they control the cost in the lower level, so that the price of a shirt could be going down dramatically. And another reason behind the changing price might be the inflation of the market, right? We have inflation every year, so although there's nothing changing in the technology or in the labor or in the material, the price could still go a little bit higher, maybe 3% every year. It's just because of the inflation of the market, of the economy. So the takeaway is that the price changes. That's why we have indices varies along with time. So the index of something in the year 20 years ago is totally different than that in the current year. Okay. And also the index, if you take a look, the index is just a number. There's no unit, right? So for something without a unit, we said it's dimensionless, which means there's no unit. It's just a number to indicate what? Indicate how a cost or a price has changed with time with respect to a base year. So you always have 2 years to compare, right? So the indices just tell you, okay, if you put year 1, year A as your base year, then year B will be, the index will tell you like how many times the price is for year B compared to year A. So it's just a comparative thing, right? So the index doesn't tell you anything about the exact price. It just tells you comparatively how much more expensive or how much cheaper a price in a year compared to a price in another year. Okay, but those prices or costs are for the same item. And the price index is very useful. Okay, that's something you can check, or that's something the economists, they track and they record and they keep this data for everybody to use. So here we have a website. Let me see if I can show that. So if you're interested in this, you can click on this link on your computer and it will lead you to a website where you can check the price indices for almost everything on the market in different years, okay? So if you click that, you can find a website like this, okay? So it's Fred, that's the website for economic research. And in this search bar, you can input whatever item you're interested in. Like here, I'm interested in the milk, the whole milk. Okay, I want to see the price of the whole milk changing with the time. Okay, so I just input the milk and whole milk, and then it will give you a lot of database, and then you check the database you want, and here I want to check the producer price index by commodity for processed foods and feeds. Item is fluid whole milk. So I click that database, and here I got all the data from year maybe 1980 to 2020. You see? So on the vertical axis it's the year, and on the on the horizontal axis it's the year, and on the vertical axis it's the index. You see that? That's the index. So if the line goes up, which means the index is higher, right? So that which means the price is relatively higher than than where the line is very low. So this is just an example to show you how useful the price index is. Like for example, if I want to find the price of the whole milk when the year you were born, I guess the year you were born maybe 1998, because I asked my students in the last spring, and they said it's 1997. So I guess maybe most of you were born in 1998. So let's say if we want to know the price of the milk in 1998, just curious, so we can use the price index to do that, right? I checked the market, and I know that the price in July 2020 is 2.99 per gallon for the whole milk. So the way I can find the price of the whole milk in 1998 is I'm going to check this chart, and I want to point out my mouse at the month of July 2020 to see what is the index. It's 223.9. Okay, and so that's the index for the year 2020. And then I'm gonna move my mouse to the year in 1998, the same month, July, and the index I got is 126.6. Okay, so I can get the indices of the 2 years, and then I can use our formula here to calculate what's the cost for the same whole milk, 1 gallon in the year of 1998. And the way I do that is very easy. We have practiced this in the last class. So let's say the given condition is the cost in 2020 is 2.99, and the index in 2020 is 223.9, right? I'm just copying the data from the previous pages. And the index for 1998, we know it's 126.6. That's all we know. And what we don't know or what we want to know is the cost of the milk in 1998. Right? That's the condition. Okay. And then let me use another color. So from this condition, we will use the formula Cn equals to Ck times a ratio. The ratio is I bar N over I bar K. Okay, so this is just a copy of the formula. Okay, nothing new. So now we need to determine what is N, what is K, right? So N is a year number and K is another year, right? But N is the year where we don't know the cost. So from this, we know N is gonna be 1998, right? Because that's the year we want to know the cost. If N is 1998, then K must be the other year, which is 2020, right? This is very easy, okay? And then accordingly, so the Cn is gonna be C 1998, right? Because N is 1998. And the Ck is gonna be C 2020, right? And I bar N is gonna be I bar what? N is 1998. And we already know that this number is 126.6, right? And I bar K is 2020. And we also know this number is this. So it's 223.9. Okay. Yeah, and the same thing, we know the C2020 is 2.99. Okay, now we have determined all the unknown variables in the formula or in the equation. Okay, and then it's the time to substitute this variables, right, with those numbers. So let me use another different color for that. So C 1998, which is the Cn, right, is gonna be Ck, which is C 2020 times I bar N. I bar N is what? Is 1998. I bar 1998. And I bar K. I bar K is I bar 2020. Okay, so we need to replace this with the values. So C 2020 is 2.99 times I bar 1998 is 126.6, and I bar 2020 is 223.9. If you do the calculation, you're gonna have the price as 1.69 per gallon. So that is the price of a gallon whole milk in the year of 1998. Okay, so this is just an example to show you what we have learned in the book is really something useful, and people use it actually, right? Because you can check the price index from the internet, and then you can do the estimation very easily by yourself.